track's entitled "A Natural Disaster Is What We Need," and the artist is Putnam Smith. He's here with us today here on Us Folk on Community Radio WMPG. We're being filmed today by, let's see, Real
Media Solutions.
Real Media Solutions. Richard Pelletier is here, and we're excited to have him here. And of course, Putnam Smith is here, Seth Yentes is here, and Putnam Smith has a couple videos up that I shot, and
yes,
they won't
indeed.
look anything as good as what Richard is doing, because he is, after all, Real Media Solutions right here in Portland, Maine. Again, WMPG is the name of the station. It's a community station in Portland, Maine, and last time Putnam was here, he did the track, the title track, Gold Rush, and he has put this together, this album called Gold Rush. Today here on Us Folk on Community Radio WMPG. Good morning, Putnam.
Good morning to you and to all you folks out there. It's great to be here, Chris.
Yeah, it's so cool that you came back and this fortuitous opportunity to have a little bit of this captured on video for posterity, as it were. Somewhere on the web, I'm sure you'll see it. Maybe your site or YouTube or Vimeo or wherever.
I'm sure it will be up and out in the online world shortly, and you can catch us there.
I'm really excited to play the front track of this release because you had some great help with this. Tell us about how you put this together and who is on it with you. I know I saw Sorsha is on here, who is also going to be playing with you tonight at a CD release party right here in Portland, Maine, at 1 Longfellow Square.
Yeah.
Tell us about it, putting it together.
Well, the first person I'd like to mention is pretty much my right-hand man on this recording, who's sitting right next to me, Mr. Seth Yentes. I'll say hello.
Hello, everyone. Great to be here. Thanks for listening.
Seth, for those of you who don't know, is a fabulous cello player, and a lot of this record was actually developed in playing live with Seth, and kind of a lot of the tunes that the title track is a co-write. Actually, we wrote that together, and a lot of the tunes kind of developed from performing with each other and just kind of developing tunes. So I feel like a lot of his folk funk cello style definitely influenced my songwriting and in terms of what we finally made it on the album.
And you had some help from also some vocals on with Sorsha and others. Who else plays on the recording?
Yes, Sorsha Merrill, who's a fabulous singer-songwriter in her own right, and I got the pleasure of having her sing harmonies on this record. Also Zach Trajano, who's an amazing percussionist, who's out of the Berkshires, Amherst area, and he came up to do some drums. And Adam Frederick, who plays 5-string upright bass, usually with Amelia Dolan, and I stole him away for some of these tracks.
Did he do any harmonizing on it? Because I understand he's quite the singer as well.
He is. No, he didn't. We've played it live a little bit, and he's jumped in on some harmonies. But yeah, he's just strictly bass on this. So yeah, I was really delighted to have all these fabulous musicians on this, and also the recording engineer Pete Morse, Busted Barn Recording, who's out of Portland here.
Really?
He was formerly set up in the Halo Studios out in Wyndham, and he's now located in Portland. And he's just a remarkable engineer, and he was also really instrumental and helpful in this record. So also joining me is a couple amazing acts. One of which is Whiffletree, which is made up of Seth Yentes and his brother. And do you want to say a word about what you guys do?
Well, my brother Tyler Yentes, he plays fiddle, and we were both trained classically, and kind of through the evolution of music have kind of, I guess, taken a different path towards some more fiddling, folk, traditional music, and started writing our own tunes about a year and a half, 2 years ago. And so we've just been starting to play more and more, and so it's acoustic, cello and violin, no vocals.
Nice.
Pretty fun. So.
Oh, well, I'm excited to hear that because obviously you've been on the show before. I've heard your playing; it's quite good. And the last time you were here, you were running for the legislature. I understand you didn't win, but you lost by a very small margin. And afterwards we're kind of grateful because you are a full-time farmer and a full-time musician.
Great to be here.
For those of you guys who didn't catch that, Seth and his brother will not only be playing at the CD release party, but also in the studio later on in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, tell us about the front track, because to me that is such a great intro to your work, because it starts off in this very quiet, sort of very unsuspecting mode, and then it builds into this wonderful piece. So tell us about it.
Well, I'll start off by just saying what the title is. I have to say it's one of my favorite little titles that came out of me. I don't feel like I really create these things. I feel like they just kind of pour out. But title is "A Natural Disaster Is What We Need," and I guess I've always kind of been fascinated with disaster films and kind of that experience when everything kind of gets stripped away and the characters in such movies and books and whatnot are kind of left with the bare essentials, the raw necessities and exigencies of living.
They could just pull a little closer together if it's possible. Oh no, the bow is if it's possible. The bow is
To do the show by myself.
perfect. That's perfect. Perfect.